I just took a little bathroom break. And I thought about editing this out, but I just want you to know that I went to the bathroom. But I realized something, that I definitely have a fear of urine in the streets. And that's only something you really learn if you encounter it a lot. And my time living in San Francisco is a beautiful town. And I'm actually going to visit very soon. I'm very excited to see what it's like now. But it smells like urine. It smells like urine. And, you know, it's not its fault. The people who, you know, it's not even their fault. They don't have a place to go to the bathroom, so they go where they need to. And I've been there, guys. I've been there. We all been there. I contributed to the pee smell also. You know, we party. We gotta go to the bathroom. There's only one. There's a long line. We could pee on our clothes, right? Or we could figure it out. And between two parked cars is a perfect place for a girl to pop a squat. But seeing a lot of like human feces, definitely you get a fear of, like, anytime I go on an escalator, and it just takes one encounter to establish this fear for life. But anytime I go, especially on an outdoor escalator, so typically it's going down to like the subway or something like that, escalator, maybe even at the airport, but that I will never lean against the wall of the escalator. I'll put my hand on an escalator, which is very bold, based on what I've seen in my day, but I won't ever put my body against it at all. So the hand is manageable, right? It's a distance. I'll never lean against a wall, especially a public wall, an outdoor one, because I've seen things, folks. I've seen things that you just don't think that they're possible, that we are capable of such things, but we are, you know, desperate times. I was on an airplane just last, you know, like 2 weeks ago, a week ago or whatever. I don't know what time it is anymore. And I had a beer before I took off, and I really thought I'd be fine. You know, I ate a lot of food along with that beer. And it was healthy food too. Quinoa and shit. I bought quinoa at the airport. I mean, come on. And I had a beer to go along with it. And thought I'd be patted, thought I'd be good. We take off. We were about to take off. It's that brutal time between, you know, pulling away from the gate and then like getting in line to be able to take off. That is the worst waiting game. It's the same when you land and you taxi to the gate and you don't have an open gate yet and you gotta wait your turn or something, like whatever traffic issues happen at the airport. I had to pee so bad, and I was in the middle seat in coach, and the need to pee struck me so intensely that like it was 0 to 100. Like, it wasn't like that gradual, like, oh, I can go, but I can also hold it in, I'm chill. No, this was like, holy fuck. I'm so glad I have extra clothes in my backpack that are easily accessible, because this might come out right now. And I try not to, you know, cause any trouble or whatever, so I hardly ever like ask for help or anything like that. But I definitely flagged the flight attendant down, and I was like, hi, I really have to go to the bathroom. Is there any way? Because we were still taxiing. And she was like, I'm sorry, the doors are locked right now. And I'm like, really, bitch? Do you want to help me unlock? And she said, we'll have to delay we'll delay things if we do that. I'm like, okay, so you can make that choice and delay these folks by a couple minutes, which I have no problem getting on the mic, on the little telephone mic situation you got, and tell everybody that it was my fault. That's totally fine, because you either choose that and I'll go fast. I mean, I didn't go fast when I ultimately went, but I'll go fast, or I'll go right here and you'll have to clean it. So if you're chill with cleaning my piss off this chair, then all the more power to you, lady. But anyway, I definitely, it was a battle. I made peace in my mind, probably every other minute or so. Like, okay, I'm gonna pee myself on this flight right now. How do I feel about it? And that was how I passed the time. I was like, okay, well, I think this is it. It's gonna happen. It's happening. All right, no, okay. Somehow I found a way, and like, I'm like squeezing my muscles down there, like so hard, trying to hold on, and I was holding on for so long that your muscles fatigue, right? And I was like, this is it. This is it. This is it. I'm sitting next to this guy, and he happens to be, just a fun fact, he happens to be the VP of sales for King's Hawaiian Rolls. You know what those are? If you don't, look them up. They're delicious. And so he's a nice enough guy. He's very social. He flies every week, so, he's chill. And he obviously hears and sees all just what I'm going through, and he's like, you have like 10 minutes, before you'll be able to go. Like, it really is locked. That bathroom is locked for takeoff, and like right before the seatbelt sign goes off, like it'll be open. And I'm like, you promise? He says 10 minutes, but to me 10 minutes at that point sounds like ages. And we're still taxiing. That brutal taxiing period is just the absolute worst for your anxiety if you have any situation. Like, for me, it's just impatience usually to like get going, to get it, flying or landing and getting to my destination. But man, so here's some tips. This is just a complete random side note, and we're going on forever about it, but we're gonna do it. This guy Googles for me how to stop like the need to pee, and I'm in a state of panic, like, my muscles are fatiguing on me. I straight up put my hands in between my legs, and, it just looks like I'm like, oh, I gotta pee, but I actually have my middle finger pushed up against my urethra, as much pressure as I can get. Luckily, the woman to my right, who had the window seat, luckily she was going through some, like, I don't think she was afraid of flying necessarily, but I think she was just like tired because it was the second leg of her journey, and she also had some like joint issues, so she kept on focusing on her knee, straightening her leg out and stuff, and then like trying to locate some Advil or whatever. So she didn't give a shit what I was going through. But the guy, homie, who typically sits in first class, now is stuck in coach for whatever reason, sitting next to this girl who might pee herself, and he's kind of entertained by it. But yeah, so here I am, like, I'm gonna pee, and I'm like shaking, and I'm like doing these things where I'm like extending my back and just like looking out the window and trying to get different positions so I get some pressure on my urethra. He Googles how to hold your pee, and he's like, he basically was telling me to do Kegels. So Kegels help you hold your pee. And I know that's a no duh because it's developing the muscles, but it's not just do Kegels, it's like do the rhythm. So you do, let's say, and I think it's a trick too to like focus on something else and not the fact that you have to pee. But you hold for 5 seconds and then let go for 5 seconds. Hold for 5 seconds, let go for 5 seconds. And then you do that until you can hold for longer. 6 seconds, let go for 6 seconds. So you just kind of increase your count up to whatever. And at the time when he showed me that, I was like, I'm sorry, dude, but it's gonna happen right now, so just live with it. But it actually worked. But I got up to 250. That's where I was at. And it, like, actually, it's funny, it kind of felt like an orgasm, not in like a mental, like the mental part, that's the feel-good part. It was just like the actual like physical reaction down below, that was just kind of like pulsing, because you're essentially holding that muscle really tight and letting it go, and just that fluttering happens. So anyway, I managed to survive. I made it to 250, the count to 250. That gave me plenty of time to relax, because it does really work. Somehow it like stops things, but then it comes right back again, and then you have to hold tight and you gotta count some more. Brutal. So yeah, that was a fat tangent, but like I said, I'm scared of pee in the streets.